Your girl is back on Reddit. Where else? Looking at the natural hair content on there. Let's respond to a couple of natural hair Reddits. Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel where apparently I like to sometimes get on Reddit and mind other folks' business instead of mine. Okay, so I've got 3 Reddits for you guys. Is that what they're called? No, Reddits? I don't know, girl. I don't even have an account. I just be on there reading. I mean, how many of you guys can relate to that? You don't have a Reddit account. You halfway don't know how Reddit works, but you be on there all the time. Anything you Google, you go to Reddit. Okay, so the first one that we have is called Puffy Roots Problem. Please, somebody help. I have a variety of curl patterns in my head, but one thing they all share in common is that the roots are puffy. I cannot stand it at all. Even worse, I spent almost $200 on some really nice clip-ins and the ends of my hair blend well, but the roots are so puffy that it just doesn't work. What causes puffy roots anyways? I'm genuinely curious if anybody knows. So this person is expressing their frustration, and then they just ask a general question of like, what causes puffy roots? So I think that's where I'm going to go with my response, and not really so much about whatever they got going on with their million curl patterns and their $200 hair that they trying to wear. Now, I don't like that this cat is on this bed, but I'm trying to ignore her like crazy. Okay, so puffy roots, let me tell you something. A couple things can cause puffy roots. A lot of it can be in your styling. So number one, maybe you are not applying the product at your roots. You're missing the roots entirely with your product application, which can happen. Like you mind your business and you whatever, and you just are not applying product to the roots. I'm someone who has a YouTube channel and I can watch myself do my hair, and sometimes I find things that I didn't realize was happening by looking at the content that I put up on my channel. So there's that. Also, going into what you're doing with the roots, it could be a technique thing as well. So maybe you're putting product at your root, but you're not making it a point to smooth the hair at the roots when you are styling. Also, on the styling tip, perhaps you are using tools to style your hair. Now, some people style their hair with a tool and it's beautiful. It looks great. But I've noticed a lot of people when they use the brush styling type tools and the little curl defining combs and stuff, especially with people with more kinky hair, I noticed that the ends will be super defined and separated and whatnot, but the roots will still be puffy. And the puffiness is caused by using this tool, caused by using the brush. So that could be an issue as well. And then another one, I don't know. I don't know if their puffiness is starting when they like get the style fresh, or if it's something that's happening over the week or whatever, but it could be that they have puffy roots from working out. Common recommendation for people who work out is to tie your hair up when you work out. Wait until your hair is like less damp, especially if you're a head sweater, and then take your hair down so that it's smooth or less likely to be puffy. If you like take it down, then you got the hair that's with the wet roots, and then you're just letting it air dry all over again. So depends. Not sure if this is their particular situation, but puffy roots can be caused by several things. On this next one, we have this one called Heavy Products Weigh My Hair Down. This is a statement. Okay, they're telling us that this is what it is. Okay, so sorry to post again so soon. Oh, we forgive you, girl. We love the Reddit content. Keep it coming. But I forgot to ask for advice concerning this on my last post. The photo is my hair freshly washed and dried with no product. To respect this person, I'm not going to put the photo because we're here on YouTube and I know they didn't ask for this. So we're not going to do that. I've been told that heavier products work better with 4B hair, but heavier products always weigh down my hair and produce build-up. I have to stick with lighter ones, but I was told that those might not be penetrating. Is there a happy medium between light and heavy products for hair? Now, I know what they're asking. They're like asking, like, is there some kind of like happy medium products? Oh, no, you did not try to bite me. You got to go. But I'm actually not going to give that to them. I'm going to talk about the whole concept of this post in general. First of all, okay, you know what others are saying. You're telling us what other people are saying about using the weight of products that you want to use, right? But what is the hair saying? But what is the hair saying? Okay, the hair is saying we like the light products. Okay. You mentioned your hair type here. You mentioned that your hair is 4B. Hair typing is for the trash can, okay? For the trash. Just let it go. Honestly, I think the most important thing here in this situation is that online hair care advice is a starting point. and I include myself in this as well. It's a starting point, but then to get the customization and to really get the results, you need to listen to what your hair is saying, and you need to actually use your personal experience to fine-tune it and customize it. So if you are finding that these products are too too heavy, that people are saying will work best for your hair, then don't use the super heavy products. Y'all gotta trust yourself. I couldn't resist this one. This one was definitely like right up my alley. So this is called Non-Frizzy Braid Out Suggestions. So my hair after a braid out doesn't look how I want it to look, and instead it gets really frizzy in the front. Now I love my afro, but I'm having trouble with having my hair laying flat after a braid out or twist out. I don't know if I'm doing too big of parts in the front, or if the product I'm using isn't good for twist out braid outs. If it helps for this braid out, I use Pattern Mousse. Thank you. Okay, first of all, it's not the product, sis. It's not the product. You guys have seen on my channel recently, last couple months or so, that I successfully have used that product for pretty much all my sets. The Bantu Knot Out video, I used that product, and in the braid out video, I used that product. And on me, those hairstyles are long lasting, and I live somewhere where it's trying to be a swamp or something outside. I don't know. You go outside, you feel the moisture in the air. Yes, it's the fall, and it's still moist outside. Okay, and I am able to wear the hairstyles a long time. Like that Bantu Knot Out from that video, I wore that over a week, more than 7 days, because I just never got around to setting it, resetting it. I said, you know what, let me see what happens here. And what happened was it lasted over 7 days. So knowing that it's not the product and kind of wanting to look at some other things, I would look at some technique things. First, I would ask, is your hair fully dry when you're taking the braids down? That's something that gets many people. If your hair is not fully dry for braid outs, twist out, Bantu Knot Out, this, that, whatever, it will flop. It will look fine at first when you take it down, and then eventually it will like grow and swell. So by the end of the day, your hair is really puffy and frizzy. So that could be a situation. You might want to try pre-drying the hair. Like if you watched my videos, I air dry my hair till just damp. Then I do the style. And then I still, from there, continue to set the mousse, because mousse and foam, they like heat. So I continue to set it under a hair dryer, sleep in it overnight, and then take it down. So my hair is nice and dry and fully set by the time I'm ready to take it down. Taking down damp hair will result in frizz. You already suspect that perhaps the size of your braids may be too big, or you know, something like that. Go ahead and give it a try. I mean, if you suspect it, try it. I mean, maybe you do need more braids for your hair type. I think part of these hairstyles is kind of finding the right amount. I know that in some of my older videos, people are like, man, if I did that same amount of braid, twist, whatever of you, and didn't separate like you don't separate, my hair would be scalpy, or this or that. So sometimes there is that level of knowing how many you need to do. I see people do these beautiful braid outs, and they did only 2 braids in their head. Child, that would not be, that would be a setup for a heatless blowout look for me. It would not set and give me like the beautiful curl pattern that you typically go for with those hairstyles. So definitely, if you suspect it, go ahead and give it a try and change it up and see if it works. And this is like the last ditch thing that you can do, and I sometimes do this when my hairstyles get old. It's just style the hair in a way that disguises the front, because you specified the front. You specifically said the front was what was frizzy. Okay, so what you can do is do like, I've seen people take the front and kind of like pull it down and like pin it back behind their ears. You can do like a half up, half down, where you literally just pull that part back, and that goes to the back and like secure it. You can do a thing where you kind of do like a roll type situation to roll that flat and then secure it. You can do a headband, push it back far enough. In the past, I've also pushed my hair back like this and then pinned it to kind of have a headband look without a headband. Like, you can style your hair in ways that just disguise the front if you can't get it to be less frizzy, using all these other things that I've recommended, and also trying the different amount of braids as you suspect. I have 2 videos of mine that actually fit the theme of this video. So I've got my listen to your hair video, because the first person needs to listen to their hair. And then I have a braid out video, since this person is talking about braid out technique really does matter. And I'm the exact product that they were wondering about. So I think that makes it extra interesting. Hey, I post videos every week. Subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next one.